Hello, my friends, and welcome back to Extracurricular Activities. It would seem that this is almost turning into the week of Chester, how many fucking days? We're on day 20. I don't know how many days Chester has as of this update, but goddamn, dude. In the last episode, we did fucking great at the tennis stuff. Andrew caught us almost fucking, and now we're gonna go buy a bike. You know, compared to Echo, this really sounds boring. Morning already? I don't think I've slept enough. We were moving around a lot. What did I end up laying on? Chester was sprawled out on his back, and your head was lying on his arm. The blankets had been kicked away and were just covering your feet at this point. He explains why I woke up, staring at his armpit. You moved a little closer and pushed your face into the tuft of the... Carefully, you repositioned yourself where your head was on his chest, and you were able to rub his stomach. His stomach is squishy. Kinda jiggles like jello when you're on your back like this. While your hand was on his stomach, you took notice of something else. Oh, it's good he didn't seem to have a wet dream while he was sleeping with me this time. It had something to do with how you ended up sleeping. Your eyes were drawn to his underwear bulge resting below his stomach. The temptation to rub it was nearly overwhelming. It would be my luck. I'd start to rub it, and he'd get hard, and Andrew would walk by. No! Resist, motherfucker! No! No! I'm finally getting on his good side. The last thing I need is him walking in to see me fondling his sleeping brother. Just laying on Chester like this is nice, though. You took a moment to pull the blanket back up over the two of you, and you laid your head back down on his arm with your arm over his chest and a leg on top of his. Just as you closed your eyes, you heard a knock on Chester's door. Hey, you two, it's time to get up. I'll let you sleep a little bit longer, but it's time to get up. I'll be making breakfast while you two get ready. Chester groaned and suddenly stretched out all of his limbs at once. Okay, I'm awake. Be there soon. That's all it took to wake you up? I've been awake for a bit. Just been here with my eyes closed. Oh. Is my stomach really that squishy? I said that out loud? Yeah. You noticed one of his hands move under the blanket to his stomach and shake it around. I guess I eat too much, but I can't help it. I love to cook. Is that a bad thing? No, it's not a bad thing. It isn't a leggy soft belly. Slid your hand down under his and shook his stomach around. Oh, well, okay then. If you like it, I'll just keep doing what I do. You do that. You gave his stomach a few more squeezes before moving your hand away. Now, come on, let's get up and get ready. We're gonna get me a bike today. Yup. Let's get this day started. Chester rolled out of bed and dug some clothes out of his closet while you got dressed. Once you were both clothed, you went off to the dining room and wait for Andrew's breakfast. Smells like he's cooking pancakes, which means you're in for a treat. Why do you say that? Because he really makes good omelets. What the fuck He makes really great pancakes. He typically puts different stuff in them, like fruit or chocolate chips. Dude, if you go to Waffle House and you ask for a Reese's waffle, they will put peanut butter chips and chocolate chips on your waffle. It's fucking amazing. It's not on the menu, but fucking they can do it. They're always so tasty. It's a great thing to wake up to. Sounds good. It's one thing I can cook better than he can. It's like me with eggs and Brie. I make better eggs than Brie does, and it pisses her off. But she makes everything else amazing, so... You wish. My pancakes are always better than yours, and you know it. You can never get them as fluffy as mine. Andrew set a large plate of pancakes and empty plates down on the table. And I'll never show you how to do it, just so I can always hold that over your head. Like a true brother. It's the only thing you'll ever be able to hold over my head. Watch it, or I'm gonna let Link eat all of yours, and you can go hungry. No! Then shut up and start stuffing your face. I'll go get some milk for everyone. After we eat, you can clean up the dishes and we'll head out. Sounds good to me. Well, looks like we have blueberry, banana, and butterscotch pancakes. That's an interesting combination. You really made a variety of them. Oh, okay. I thought they were all in one fucking pancake. I was like, what the fuck? Do you even have room for pancake dough? Yep, he always does. He made a few of each one, so feel free to try one of each. Gladly. They look and smell delicious. Andrew returned with a carton of milk and cups for everyone, and he joined you at the table when he did. Great pancakes, Andrew. These are really good. Hey. No. Thanks, it's one of those things I learned from her mother. I don't know how Chester didn't learn the recipe from her. I know the recipe. Mine just never turn out the right way. It's like you cook them differently or add something extra. Maybe so. I'll tell you one day, I suppose. You have to. Whenever we decided not to... You have to. Whenever we decided not to live together. I can't live without it. If that day ever comes, I'll tell you. If. Which one of these pancakes is your favorite, Chester? What the fuck is that noise? Oh. My neighbors. I'm on the wall, sharing a wall with the neighbors, so I can hear their TV sometimes. Yay. Makes you wonder how much of the shit I say in these videos they've heard. They don't complain, but there's no way in fuck they haven't heard some shit. My favorite? I think the blueberry's my favorite. Yes! I love blueberry. I pick out the best blueberries, and when he uses them in the pancakes, it's the best. What is your favorite? I love blueberry too, man. Blueberry one, I think. It's really good. It seems like every bite I get a blueberry. It's just enough flavor. Great choice. They are all so good, though. I agree. Thanks for making breakfast, Andrew. You're welcome. Chester finished eating long before everyone else and set out about his task of cleaning up the dishes. By the time you and Andrew had finished eating, all he had left to clean were your plates. Breakfast was eaten and dishes were washed, so it was time for y'all to leave for the bike shop. If it's anything like the bike shops at Pokemon, you're gonna have to spend $1 billion on getting a good bike. I'm just saying. Nerd. You guys ready to head out? I'm all set. Me too, I'm ready to go. Grab your bike, Link, and let's go. We'll walk there, I'll take the bus to work, and you guys can bike home. Oh, that's a good idea. Where's the bike shop? Over near the bookstore and the movie theater. It's about a 30-minute walk. Not too bad, then. Nope, so let's get going. I'll have to catch the bus that runs by there at noon so we can get to work on time. That means an early lunch. It does, if you want to eat with me. Let's move, then. Alright. Man, today is a perfect day for this. It's sunny, it feels great outside. We couldn't have asked for better weather, could we? Nope. Chester walked between you and Andrew, and he seemed to have more pep in his step than usual. Chester, you must have slept great. You seem really energetic right now. I did. I slept really good. I'm looking forward to this day. We have a lot to do, and I get to spend it with my two favorite people. Well, you only get me for part of it. Well, that still makes me happy. I never get to spend time with you. Lately, I've gotten to spend extra time with you, and I've enjoyed it. What the fuck are you doing? It's been lucky that my time off has fallen in place to coincide with your plans. Very, very lucky. Almost like it was written that way. I get stoked to get a bike, too. I've not ridden one in so long. I don't know why we've never considered getting one sooner. It's just something we never thought about, I suppose. Why don't you get one too, Andrew? The bus is far more efficient for me, and I'm not really cut out for the extra exercise. This walk will be enough for me today. I could carry you if you need me to. I don't need you to carry me, Chester. I'm capable of walking on my own. Well, if you start feeling too winded, I'll be fine. Don't worry. He has some really intense asthma, so sometimes he... Chester, just hush. There's no need to make him worry about things like that. I didn't think it was a big deal. It's not, but it's just useless information and he doesn't really need. I have my inhaler with me, so I'll be fine. To be honest with you, I've really had less trouble with it lately than normal. Really? Yes, really. I don't feel as stressed out, and I haven't needed the inhaler as much. That's great to hear. It's great news. Maybe it'll just go away. If only it were that simple. I don't think I'd have guessed that you have asthma. You don't normally see me being active, so you've not really seen me too stressed out. Well, except that first day I found you in our apartment, I ended up having an asthma attack that night, but it wasn't too bad. Grr. It's not really your fault, though. I just forgot Chester was going to have company. What? You didn't even tell me about it. There was no reason to tell you. I was fine. It doesn't matter if you were fine. If you're having an asthma attack, I need to know. What if you didn't find your inhaler, or if it was a really bad one? Well, it wasn't. But it could have been. You need to tell me these things, Andy. It's one of those few things that you can actually depend on me for. Okay, I'm sorry. I know I should tell you when it's happening. I'll make sure it doesn't happen again, okay? Good. You're my big bro and I love you. I don't want anything bad happening to you. I don't think I'd manage without you there to lecture me whenever I mess up. Hey, you have Link now, so you don't even need, even if you didn't have me, you'd have him to help keep you in line. Right, Link? Of course, I think I can handle him. Good luck with that. Just wrapped one arm around your neck and the other around Andrew's, pulling you both towards him. For now, though, I have the both of you to help keep me focused. Let go of me, you meathead. Careful, Chester. He laughed and let both of you go after a moment, and right away Andrew held his hand up like he was going to flick the younger brother's nose. Chester quickly covered his snout and stepped back a couple of feet. With a snort, Andrew resumed the walk at a normal pace alongside you, leaving Chester to drag behind. He'll learn one of these days. I wouldn't count on it. You're probably right. Chester didn't stay behind too long, moving back up to his place between you and Andrew. The walk felt much shorter than it was, and you soon found yourself standing in the bike shop. How much money do you have, Chester? I have $80 on me. Alright, let's keep the price below $250. $250 for a fucking bike? How much are bikes? Fuck that. Just be fat, fuck it. Just leave early, Jesus. And I'll cover whatever you don't have. How about a helmet? You have a pretty thick skull, so I don't think you'll need one. Just to let the most pathetic sound he could muster up escape his mouth. It was a mix between a whine and a quiet moo. Of course you need a helmet. We don't want that little bit of brain you have in there getting damaged. That means you need to keep your bike price around $220, though. It's an expensive fucking helmet. Good lord. Yeah, though. You're getting a helmet too, right, Link? We should get helmets that match. I don't think I'll be getting one today. Why? I'm just looking right now. I actually can't afford to get one until I get paid, and I don't think Mr. B is going to pay me until next week. Once again, Chester looked at Andrew and made the same sound as he did before. It's coming from your bike funds. $190 now. Awesome. Wait, no, I'm fine. I can get one next weekend. Just get your helmet while you're here. Chester can buy the helmets and I'll buy the bike. And you can just pay him back when you get paid. Nonsense. You don't have to pay me back. He's my boyfriend. He should still pay you back, Chester. We're still trying to get on Andrew's good graces, even though we're basically already there. So I'm gonna say at least offer. He's right, Chess. I'll definitely pay you back when I get paid. You really don't have to. You can put your money to use towards better things. If he wants to pay you back, just let him. Right, no more. The two of you look at helmets, and I'm going to go ask about what kind of bike is best suited for you. Okay. I'm not gonna take your money. Whether you do or not, Andrew liked my response. Oh, I get it now, sneaky. Now let's check out helmets. Seems to be a pretty nice selection of them. Yeah, there are a bunch of them. I guess there has to be. I mean, you get a special kind because you have to get a special kind. You have to get a special kind because of your horns. And they seem to have some for that. I see. They're shaped like so I can lower it over my head and it fits between my horns. It even has some padding to protect the base of my horns, which is neat. Is it really that important? It is. The base of the horn is the only place that has nerves and whatnot, so it's the most important place to protect. The rest of the horn doesn't really have any feeling to it. It's like bone covered in keratin, I think. Huh. So you don't feel anything if they're messed with? It depends on what's being done to them, if I feel it or not. I know if you're pulling on them. I'll know if you're pulling on them since it'll cause pressure on the head, or if you're tapping, I'll feel the vibrations. It just depends. Ah, I see. It's interesting. It is. Oh, and look, there's a helmet that matches the one I found, and it looks like it'll fit your head. Just to plop the helmet he had picked up down on your head. Does it fit? I think it does. Does it look like my head is protected like it should be? I guess. Let's see, there's a mirror you can look in. Looks like it fits like it should. Look, the mirror has some info posted on how it should fit. Neat. Why do they have to specify wearing the helmet on your face is wrong? There has to be a reason for it. Let's see, the correct way to wear it shows fitting flat on my head, and this one sits as it should. Oh, I can see that just fine, and it looks level. How about the one you picked up? Seems to be okay too. You like how they look? Yeah. Well, then that part's done. Picking out a helmet was easy enough. We did it before Andrew came back to us. Let's go find him and show him what we got. The store wasn't too big, so you found him quickly, talking with the store associate. Once the associate walked away, Andrew turned his attention to you two. Looks like you already found the helmets? We did. It was easy enough. They fit right? They do. We had a useful guide to follow. It was posted near the helmets to make sure they fit properly. Ah, that's good. So what'd you find out about the bikes? Due to your size, it's recommended that you get a mountain bike for how durable they are. Typically, for larger guys, you want wheels that are 29 inches or bigger too, it seems. And that's this section? Yeah, the bikes in this section are suitable for you. All of them are outside of our price range. The cheapest tier is $250. Don't worry about that. If you like it, that's the one we'll get. Really? Yeah, it's not much more, so I don't mind paying a little extra bit. But if I find your grades are dropping because you're neglecting your classes to work on your game project, I'm going to pawn your computer to pay for the bike. Wow. That is one hell of a threat. That is fucked. Okay, deal. I'll keep my grades up. Don't worry about that. I'm not going to risk my computer for that. You'd better. I have no qualms about getting rid of it if it's distracting you too much. It'll be fine. I won't fall behind anymore. Good. Back to the bike. Why don't you hop on and see how it feels? I could do that? Yeah, we need to make sure it's comfortable. We might need to get a bigger seat for you. Because you got a big ass, huh? That's exactly why. Your butt is on the left, down the large side, and that seat looks like it'll just get swallowed up. Good lord. My butt really that big? Well, I mean, we did say that we liked the softer belly, so let's see what yes says. Yeah, it is. Or, really? Do you like how it is? I don't need to hear this. Double down. It's not good for Andrew, but yes. Yeah, it looks pretty great, Chester. I'm glad you think so. I like how it looks, too. He reached back, patted his butt while he said that. Don't need to hear this. Just sit on the bike already. Okay. Chester hopped onto the bike and shifted himself around while he decided if it was comfortable or not. Okay, I need a bigger seat on this bike. It's a little small. I thought so. The rest of the bike felt really stable, though. It just needs a bigger seat for my seat. Alright, I'll see what I can do. I hope the bigger seat doesn't gotta cost too much. Maybe they'll just swap them out for you, no charge. That'd be great. I don't want Andrew to spend more than he already is. Fucking pig. Pig toy, specifically. It's really nice of him to buy the bike for you. It is. Andrew does have a lot of money, too. His job pays really well. And where we live is decently priced, so we can save a lot of money. Really? That's cool. All I really have to do is cook for him, and he keeps the house clean, and he's fine with paying the bills. Unfortunately, he is making me pay for the hole I put in the wall. It's only fair, since it was all your fault. Yeah. That's at least one full paycheck, I'm sure. We'll find out Monday when he calls the maintenance people. Let's hope you never do that again. I hope not. I never get that angry with Andrew. It was just bad timing, huh? Very. We don't have to worry about that today, though. Yeah. I hope you don't mind, but I really, really want to. Okay, good news. Oh, what is it? Andrew narrowed his eyes and then shook his head. Not gonna ask. Anyway, they'll exchange the seats free of charge since we're going to buy the bike and the 2 helmets and a bike lock. I'm also tacking on the 2-year warranty to repair anything that goes wrong, free of charge. Knowing Chester, that should come in handy. Yeah, well, don't agree with him on that, Link. Well, he's not wrong. Glad someone agrees with me here. You're supposed to be on my side. Just because I agree with him on this doesn't mean I'm not on your side. You're accident-prone, Chester. You know this. Yeah, you're right. I know. Now, is there anything else you need while we're here? If not, I'm gonna pay. Nothing I need, I know of. Is there anything you need, Link? Only a pair of bicycle shorts, because they'll really show off your assets. Nope! We'll come back later and pick up a pair of those for the both of us. I also noticed we do not have a bike lock. I'd really like to see you in a pair of them, too. I suppose it's only fair, then. Yep. Oh, Andrew needs my money too. Come on, let's go pay for your stuff. Alright. The process was quick, and soon you were standing outside with Chester, Andrew, and your new purchases. This is amazing. Thank you so much, Andrew. This will make traveling around so much easier. You're welcome. Just be careful and be sure to follow the laws when it comes to riding around on a bike. Will do. I swear, if I get a phone call saying that you've been in an accident because you did something dumb, I'll beat you once you're outside of the hospital. Jesus. Don't worry, I'll be fine. I'll be with Link most of the time, and he'll make sure I'm following the laws. And he seems pretty capable. I'll trust you'll help Chester learn the ropes of riding his bike around here. Yeah, you can count on me. Even though I've only been doing it a couple of days myself. Oh, Jesus, the anime glasses. But I'll come after you after I handle him if something happens, got it? Yeah. Good. Now let's get some lunch. I'm hungry already. Me too. Let's eat at the bubble tea place. It's only a few stores down from here. Sure, we haven't been there in a while. What was it called again? Just boba? Just boba? Oh, Boca. It's yeah, that's it. Bubble tea, boba. Oh my gosh, you've never had bubble tea or milk tea or boba? I haven't. What is it? You'll find out soon. Oh man, this is gonna be a great time. First time for you. This place has the best drinks, and they serve really good food too. The three of you walked through the shopping strip you were in until you arrived at your destination. You and Chester locked your bikes up at I guess we do have a bike lock. At a nearby rack, and then you joined Andrew inside. Lunch is on me, so get what you want. Woohoo! Large pineapple mango slush with a rainbow jellies and a large order of teriyaki chicken for me. I have no idea what to get here. The teriyaki rice and chicken is great, so you should get that to eat. As for a drink, they have a huge list of drinks. Milk tea with boba is great, but I prefer slushies myself. I like to get the strawberry milk with tea with boba, but all the flavors I've ever had are good. You should get something you've never had before. I think I'll get that milk tea with boba. I just don't know what flavor. Try the Thai one. Thai milk with tea. Thai milk tea with boba is so good. Thai, huh? Okay, I'll try one of those then. Thai milk tea and teriyaki chicken for me. Alright, you two sit and I'll put in the order. Whoa! If you really like this place, we'll come by more often. Since we have bikes now, we can come whenever we want. Sounds like a good idea to me. It smells great in here, so I expect the food to be really good too. You won't be disappointed. Andrew joined you at the table after putting in the orders, and not even 10 minutes later, you had your food and drinks. You know what to say, right, Link? Don't. I did the thing. I'm so bad at it. Itadakimasu. Itadakimasu. You don't do su. That's not how they say it. At least that's how I was taught they don't say it. Or fucking... Don't blame me, blame my teacher. Oh, why, Chester? Do it. Itadakimasu! Yeah! You too, Link. I had higher hopes for you. He's with me, for sure. I don't know if I can handle the both of you at the same time. Don't worry, I'm not as bad as he is. What's that supposed to mean, huh? Nothing at all, Moo. Did you just really call him Moo? He just called me Moo. Is that offensive? I don't mean anything bad. I just thought... No, it's not offensive. It's more like the opposite. My mommy would call me your little Moo. She still calls you that when we go see her and Dad. Yeah. It's more of an endearing thing to say. It's not offensive at all. Kind of like you calling me calling you babe. Oh, okay. Then it's fine if I call you that? Of course, it'll make me happy to hear you say it. Okay. Now eat your food before it gets cold. It's best when it's hot. Chester grabbed a pair of chopsticks, leaning over his bowl, and began shoveling the food in, barely taking any time to breathe or even chew his food. Chester, please don't choke. Slow down a bit. Oh, but it's so good. And savor it. After you took a bite of your food, you had to fight the urge to follow against following Chester's example and scarfing down your food. You're right. It really is good. I told you, this place is the best teriyaki and rice. Try your drink too. I think you'll enjoy it. The straw is so huge. Oh, okay. I saw so huge, and then right near that on the next line was balls, and I'm like, is this going somewhere? It had to be to suck up the boba at the bottom. See those black balls? That's boba. Go ahead, I'll give it a taste. It was really weird, burnt orange color too. Let's try it already. You get a long straw on your straw, sucking in a mouthful of the drink and several of the balls at the bottom of the cup. Well, it's very unique. I can't describe the flavor, and the boba is really chewy. But do you like it? Yes. Yeah, I do. It tastes pretty good. I knew you'd like it. We'll definitely come back here. Here, try my drink too. It's mango pineapple, and it's really sweet. You might like it. He slid his cup over to you, and you took a sip of his. Whoa, it's really sweet. It might be too sweet for me. I told you. You really love this one, though. This one is about the middle ground. It's not too sweet, but it's just enough. Andrew offered his drink to you. Chester's eyes went wide, and he nodded at you to take his brother's drink. He took a short sip of his and handed it back. Oh, yeah, that's perfect. That one's really good. Strawberry and milk tea, so keep that in mind. I'll give that one a shot next time, then. Then we're coming back for sure. It's not far from when I work either, so we can even take lunch breaks and come here since we have bikes now. Thinking ahead, huh? Yup. Conversation was on the light side while you ate, and when everyone was done, it was time for Andrew to leave for work. Okay, you two, you're on your own now. I have to catch the bus. Please be safe riding home. Just send me a text when you get back, okay? No worries, bro. I'll let you know when we get home. And we'll be super careful on our way home. Alright, you two have fun. See you, Andrew. Thanks for lunch and breakfast today. You're welcome. See you two later. Later, Andy. He turned to leave but paused and turned back to you. Try not to stay out too much later either. Looks like there are some storm clouds rolling in. Oh, that's out of nowhere. Yeah, so keep an eye on the weather, okay? We will. Stop worrying so much, just get to work. Fine, I'm off now. What a worrywart. He just loves his little brother. I know he does, but man. Anyway, looks like it's just you and me now. Let's ride our bikes to the park before we head home. I want to get a good feel for it. Sounds like a good idea, but let's make it quick just in case it starts to storm. Let's go now then. Aw. Hey, look at the park. This low-res fucking picture of the park. The ride to the park was smooth and without issue, and you had Chester follow along behind you, using his hand signals to indicate what you were going to do. There was a lane on the sidewalk dedicated for bicyclists, and it was wide enough for the two of you to ride side by side once on the path. It was an enjoyable activity, riding along with Chester while admiring the scenery of the park. After making a lap around the area, you pulled off the path to sit under a tree. Leaned your bike against the tree and rolled onto your back in the grass just to flop down next to you. Ah, this is nice, huh? Yeah, it's pretty nice being able to do this. It's a good exercise, too. It is. Good exercise, and I get to spend my time with you. We could do this every weekend, you know. Ride our bikes places and just spend time together. I don't have any problem with that, Chess. You grabbed his hand and just laid there, staring up at the sky. You noticed the clouds were moving quickly, and the sunshine was slowly fading away behind them. We have to cut it short today, though. Yeah, those clouds are moving in quickly. It'll only take a few minutes to get home from here, though, so there's no rush. Second time, maybe we should book a home. Yeah. Chester stood up and helped you off the ground, and you were facing your way towards home shortly after. Aww. Well, we got home right on time. Yeah, we only got a little way before we got here. I'm a little tired after pedaling so fast, though. It's time to relax before we make those cookies. Won't argue with you there. You followed Chester over to the couch and you dropped down beside each other. We could chill for just a little bit, and we're going to make some cookies with the recipe Maria gave me. Her cookies are so great. And the recipe is really simple. We'll do that together. After the cookies are made, I'll be cooking dinner for you. Of course, I'll be showing you how to cook it, too. Ooh, what are you going to cook this time? Tonight is going to be nacho chicken. Sounds interesting. It's a really rich, cheesy dish that tastes so good. You'll really like it, I'm sure. It's easy to make, too, so I don't think you'll have any trouble learning how to do it. You have to write it down so I can try it sometime. If you like it, I will. Chester put his arm around you and pulled you against him when he turned on the TV. Right away, you picked up on his smell. You'd been out for a while and riding around on your bicycle. You might need to shower before doing anything else. I figured I'd have to. I'm a little wet and I got a little really sweaty while riding it. Ew, guess you could smell me, huh? Yeah. I suppose I'll go take a shower then. I'll try not to take too long. Take your time, I'm not going anywhere. Okay. I was kind of hoping you'd invite me this time. There's no reason for me to say no. Maybe I should just invite myself. Hey, Link. What is it? Dude, do you want to join me? Nobody's around this time, so your heart jumped when he asked the question. Oh, wow, that sounds fun. Sure, I'll join you. Oh, okay then. Let me get an extra towel and I'll start the water. Oh, shit. Oh, man, he actually came back and asked me. And I said yes. I've never actually showered with someone else. I've not even really seen him naked yet. What am I supposed to do? Link, the water's warm. That's what I wanted, but now I'm in this position. Oh man, my heart's gonna explode. Kinda surprised you said yes. Kinda surprised you still have your clothes on. I'm feeling really nervous all of a sudden. I know what you mean, I am too. So, what now? Well, Chester slid his hands up under your shirt and started to push it up. Let's start your shirt off first. You swallowed hard, and as his hand slid slowly up your stomach and chest to help you out of your shirt, he took his time, letting his hands feel over your body while he helped you. There we go, that's the first part. You were starting to feel self-conscious with him watching you. It wasn't like you had never undressed with him before, but the feeling was completely different. Shirt's off. Next up is the shorts. Want to do this together? Sure. Alright, just so I can fucking clear up what happened there. They got in the shower, you had to clean each individual part, and I'm not a fan of those click-along things. I'm not a fan of those. I really don't. Especially since it's in progress right now, some of the parts are not at all matched up to the sprites, but that's gonna happen in a development game. I do not blame anyone for that. It's just a frustration of playing a game that's in development. He said he loved us. We said I love you too. We said that he doesn't eat too much. He's fine. Then he jerked off and then he blew us, and then he had to wash again, and then it was fine. So now we're here. Fucking, you didn't miss a whole lot. In fact, you missed a whole lot because it was a lot of clicking around and trying to find what the fuck was going on. But we're moved on now. So pouring down rain, it sounds like. Yeah, it is. But that's okay. We're inside and we're gonna make some cookies now. After a bit of the fun we just had, I'm really wanting a snack. Thankfully, these cookies don't take long to make. Now let's get started. What do you want me to do? Well, first let me grab something. Just walks over, grabs your ass. I stepped over to the pantry and pulled out something out of it. Ta-da! What does this say? Dragon's Grilling Nights. I mean, that's... it's clever. It's clever. Ta-da! Oh, an apron. That's good on you. Thanks, I keep forgetting I have it, and since I'm wearing no shirt and we just got clean, I don't want to get any stuff in my fur again. Makes sense. You could also put on a shirt, but... So what's this? What do I do? Well, we're using Maria's recipe, so here's what she wrote down. I'm gonna get a bowl of measuring cups to mix it all in. You can grab a stick of butter and egg out of the fridge, and we can just get started with the rest of it. Alrighty. Just to gather the needed tools and spread them out on the counter while I got the ingredients he asked for. Okay, microwave that butter for about 20 seconds. It needs to be soft, not fully melted. I'm going to measure out the sugar. It looks like I need about 3/4 of a cup of packed brown sugar and 1/4 cup of white sugar. Okay, you dump the butter into a bowl and then put it in a microwave as instructed. Oh, go ahead and preheat the oven to drop 350. 350. And once the butter is ready, we'll mix the sugar with it. After you had the oven ready, your butter was done, and you pulled the bowl out and passed it to Chester, who dumped it in the sugar and began to mix it up with a wooden spoon. Let's see. Now we can add the egg, 2 tablespoons of honey, and 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. I'll measure that stuff. The spoons are labeled, so make sure you grab the right ones. It was an easy task for you, so you poured in the next batch of ingredients while Chester continued mixing it all. And the last little bits to add will be a pinch of salt, 1/4 of a teaspoon of baking soda, and 2 cups of flour. She wrote that it might not need the full 2 cups of flour. That dough just needs to be firm enough to form balls. After that, we get to add the chocolate chips. She wrote down half a cup, but I think we'll add some more. Sounds good to me. We mixed the dough, and you will add it in the remaining ingredients, and soon you had half a bowl of cookie dough. Alright, last steps. I'd have just fucking eat it right there. I'm not kidding. I fucking love cookie dough. Alright, last steps. We're going to use the pan covered in the parchment paper to put the dough balls onto. For obvious reasons, we're not going to roll the dough in my hands, so we're going to use the spoon to make piles of dough for the cookies. As I drop the dough down, put some extra chocolate chips onto the tops of the cookies. Even more chocolate. Yes. Oh, there's with all the dough placed onto the pan, just slid it over into the oven and set the timer on the stove. There we go. The recipe says no more than 11 minutes they should start browning. She also wrote that, she wrote to take them out around 9 minutes so you can eat them with a spoon as soon as they come out and that they are heavenly. Oh, yeah, okay. It says they'll solidify a bit after they start cooling too. Oh, what should we do then? Soft and gooey cookie or fully cooked cookie? I fucking love soft and gooey. Let's go with about 9-minute cookie. Sounds good to me. I think it'll be great either way. Well, while they bake, let's just clean up the mess we've made. By the time we're done, it should be about time to take them out. Okay. As he said, by the time you were done cleaning, it was time to take the cookies out of the oven. Oh, look at these guys look so good. Yeah, they're definitely not cooked all the way. The note did say to eat them with a spoon. Let's see how they taste. Chester pulled a spoon out and scooped a pile of gooey cookie. He blew on it for a moment and then offered it to you. Me first? Yup, open up. He shoved a spoon of warm cookie into your mouth and waited. Oh, Chester, it's amazing. Yeah? And Chester spooned some into his mouth and his eyes rolled back into his head. You're right, it's so good. Oh, man. He passed you another spoon and the two of you proceeded to eat half the pan of cookies while they were still hot. We need to stop eating these, otherwise Andrew will kill me for not saving him any. You're right. We'll save some for Andrew and eat the others later. I'll cover him up and we'll start cooking dinner in a few hours. Sounds like a good idea. Until then, we'll watch TV and play video games. Sound good to you? Yeah, I'm game for that. Lame pun. Sorry. Chester took his apron off, covered the cookies, and led you back to his bedroom. For the next several hours, Chester introduced you to some new animes to watch and forced you to play a handful of competitive games against him. You won occasionally, but you figured it was only because he let you. After a while, Chester had pulled you into his lap on the bed and was sitting with his arms around your midsection. Man, today's been a lot of fun, hasn't it? Loads of fun, Chester. Loads of fun, huh? He moved from his hand down to your crotch, giving a playful squeeze. Feeling a little handsy? Yeah, maybe just a little. It's not bad, is it? After what we did, Chester, I don't think there's anything wrong with it. Just be mindful of where we are and who's around when you do that. Oh, okay. He nuzzled into your neck, kissing you several times as he moved his hands to the sides to tickle you. God, no! You struggled for a minute, then he wrapped his arms tightly around you and squeezed you hard. I'm hungry. It's time to get started on dinner. That's about that time, isn't it? Let's get back to the kitchen. Apron secured. Let's get started on dinner. We're going to double team this, and hopefully you'll learn something from it. I'll do what I can. Just tell me what I need to do. First things first, get a bag of chicken breasts out of the fridge and wash your hands. We need to cut them into cubes. You did what he said and stood beside him on the counter as he pulled out 2 cutting boards and 2 large knives. So be really careful with the knife and just cut into the chicken into bite-sized cubes. I normally trim off the fatty bits and toss them away. Once they're all cubed, we'll saute it in a skillet with a little butter until it's cooked through. Thorough. Okay. You watched him as he cut up the chicken so you can just mimic what he did. He cut up several breasts by the time you finished cutting up a single one. Oh, your cubes look edible at least. Well, they look like yours. It sure do. Let's wash our hands again and get this chicken cooked. I'll get the oven preheating too. You washed your hands once more and Chester motioned for you to join him at the stove. We'll be heaping tablespoon butter. We'll use a heaping tablespoon of butter and cook the chicken on medium-high heat. It won't take too long to cook. After it's cooked, I'll have the container of sour cream and we'll mix it along with some chili powder and garlic salt. I don't measure the spices either, I just add them based on taste. And if you ever do this, I want to make a really creamy flavor, add a block of cream cheese and reduce the amount of sour cream you use. I didn't get any cream cheese, so we'll be using sour cream. How can I tell the chicken is done? Just cut a piece with a spatula, and when the pink is all gone, and that's it's pretty much set, since it'll cook some more in the oven. You watch the chicken and stir it around for a bit, and I'll start grating the cheese. Grating it? You don't buy a bag of shredded cheese? The store I go to, you only sells pepper jack cheese in a block, and I use pepper jack and Colby cheese for this dish. Now pay attention to the chicken while I do this. Chester left you alone with the chicken so he could take care of the cheese. He was beside you at the counter, so he was watching the chicken too. As he finished shredding the cheese, he pulled out the container of sour cream and dumped it into the chicken after draining off the excess liquid, seasoning it with the salt and chili powder. Now just add a little at a time, tasting it until it's just right. Too much garlic salt will ruin it. Chester lifted a spatula from the mix and gave it a lick before offering you to taste. I think you've already nailed the flavor. It tastes pretty good to me. You're right. I think that's how good it is. It's how good it is. Whatever the fuck the line was. Whatever. We're moving on. All that's left is to toss it in the dish and bake it. He produced a bag of chips and handed them to you. Take these spicy Dorito nacho chips and crush a handful of them into the bottom of the dish. Then dump the chicken on top of that and finally pile on the cheese. We'll cover it up with foil, bake it for about 15 minutes, remove the foil, and cook it for about 5 more minutes. Then we'll serve it. We'll crush some more chips on top of it. Sounds like a cheesy dish. It is, but it's so good. Makes great leftovers, too. I'll let you put it together, so go for it. He looked at the ingredients spread over the counter and went about the task he had given you. It was a simple process: chips, chicken, cheese, oven. Chester stood off to the side, silently watching you prepare the dish, and most likely judging you as well. Be extra generous with the cheese, making it super cheesy is the best. You just all dump the cheese on top and spread it out evenly. Like that? Perfect. Cover it with the foil. Let's bake it for a bit. After the meal was put in the oven, you and Chester went to sit in the living room while you waited for it to cook. Soon enough, Chester sent you back to the kitchen to remove the foil and let it cook just a little bit longer before you took it out of the oven. It smells really good. You ready to taste your creation? You did most of the work. Not this time. I told you what to do and you did it. You practically made this by yourself. That's not fucking true. He passed you a fork. Try it. I already know how it tastes. You jammed the fork into the steaming dish and pulled out a hot, gooey pile of chicken and cheese. Not saying that word. Here it goes. After giving it a cool blow to cool it down, you stuff the food into your mouth. Oh, hey, it does taste pretty good. It's got a really nice flavor to it, and there's so much cheese. Isn't that great? Here's a bowl, so fill it up and crush some of the chips on top of it, and we'll eat in the living room today since Andrew isn't home. Since Andrew isn't home? Well, he always makes me eat at the table. Tonight, though, we dine in front of the TV. Just please don't get anything on the couch. Okay. Food in hand, you and Chester returned to the living room couch. Andrew would murder me if he knew we were eating in here. How come? Well, I'm kind of bad about leaving dishes lying around, so he banned me from eating food anywhere outside of the dining room and kitchen. You're here, though, so the chances of me leaving my dishes out are pretty much gone. As soon as we're done eating, our dishes go back into the dishwasher. That's what I expect, and the pizza's here. That's what I expect, just don't forget. Chester seemed more mindful than usual about how he ate his food, holding the bowl close to his face and only taking small bites. It took him twice as long as normal to eat, and since he went back for seconds, you were done eating too long before he was. After you were both done, you took it upon yourself to clean the mess up and let Chester relax, and while you returned to him, you brought back more cookies. There's about half a dozen cookies left for Andrew. Good, he doesn't need a whole lot of sweet food, so that'll last him a good couple days, I'm sure. Then again, these things are like crack, so he might eat them all at once. You offered a cookie to Chester, and he opened his mouth with his tongue out. You stuffed the cookie in his mouth and chuckled. He patted his belly while he chewed on this cookie, and that's when you noticed he chewed on it for an abnormally long amount of time before he swallowed. You're really chewing on that for a while. Oh, well. There's something's really good. I don't have a whole lot of it. I tend to do that. I used to hold food in my mouth when I was a kid. My parents used to always get on me for it. I guess I still kind of do it. Weird. It's not that weird. I just like to enjoy the flavor of my food is all. And that's why you normally just inhale your food? It's because it tastes really good. That doesn't even make sense now. It just depends on the food. Don't worry about it too much. Andrew has tried to make sense of it, but it just gives him a headache. Chester stretched out on the couch and yawned. I kind of want to just take a nap, but it's not waking up. It's only a little after 8, so it's a little early for that. Yeah, I know. Let's go back to my room and watch a movie. That way I can just lay on the bed. Okay. He stood up, and just before you could stand, he scooped you up in his arms. I'll just carry you. Oh, I can walk, Chess. Nonsense. Let your big, strong bull carry you to the bed. When you got into the room, he tossed you onto the bed and sat down beside you. So gentle until it comes to put me down. Whoops. He started up a movie and soon rolled over onto his stomach facing towards the TV. His broad back and thick butt were overly distracting, so you did the most reasonable thing that came to mind. You sat up on your knees and then moved down on the bed a little closer to him. You know, what are you doing? You felt his tail slapping around against you. Just trying something. You put your hands flat against his back and pressed down into him, rubbing and squeezing all over his body. Oh, I see. That's nice. He sprawled out and let his body go limp while you rubbed his back and shoulders. You slid his fingers through his short fur and scratched around too. His tail flicked lazily, and he let out a content-sounding moos periodically. Your back muscles feel really nice too, Chess. You moved your hand down to his back and over his butt, too, giving it a gentle pat, and you have a nice butt, too. Glad you think so. Next time we get a chance to fool around, maybe you get acquainted with it, or maybe you do so with yours. You gave his thick rump a squeeze. Could be fun. I might need a little bit of patience before I do anything like that with you, though, considering the bit of pain just caused by your finger. Yeah, I don't think I'd fit at all. One of these curses of having a big dick. He sounded a little dejected when he said that. I'm sure we'll manage one day. We just need lots of time and lube. A ton of lube. In the meantime, though, it doesn't mean I can't have fun with this. He shook his butt around. Oh, yeah, I suppose that's true. Still gonna need a lot of lube and practice for mine, too. Your hand continued to explore his back, traveling down over his softer sides, and time to time eliciting a quiet giggle from the bull. You actually paid attention to the movie while your hands were busy tracing over his grooves over his muscles and his back. Eventually, you laid down beside him, and that's when you noticed he was asleep. His chin was on the bed, and he noticed he was facing the TV, so you weren't able to see until then. I wonder how long he's been out for. I didn't even notice. And how in the world was he sleeping like that? It can't be that comfortable. You ran your hand over his head and then draped his arm over you, pulling you over towards him. He didn't just how he was lying, but you heard him mumble something quite clearly. Love you, Link. Love you too, Chess. It looks like we're done for the day. I'm sure I'll fall asleep soon enough after the day we've had. And there's still another motherfucking day, but I'm gonna eat my pizza before I see any of this day, so... Ooh, new music. I'm looking forward to hearing what this new music is about on the next episode. So thank you all very much for watching, and until next time, fare thee well. Bye, everyone. Pizza time!